Well, it's saying we're streaming live, so let's see if that is true. And it is. Perfect. We'll put you over here so we can see the chat. That's the wrong button I wanted to hit. There it is. All right, Jackson. We're 2 minutes away, but everything good?
All good.
All right, I'm gonna put my phone on what do you call it? There's that. I think we're good there. Yeah, perfect. That's such a great image. All right. I think we got Jeremy Harris. He's chiming in. And Jackson, we're 2 minutes early. Why don't we just go for it? People can catch up.
Let's do it.
All right. Rock and roll.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 264 of Pitted with Action and Manny V here on Bug Life.
Yes. Welcome back to our studio. Obviously, you can tell it's our garage, but it's all good. I mean, it's all about just bringing you the latest news, some shout outs and everything else we got on tap for Pitted. Jeremy, you're the first one chiming in. So we'd love to know if this is like a whole new audio system going here. So let us know with a thumbs up if everything sounds good, and also a thumbs up once we get the Bug Live video of the week going too. So we'd appreciate your help. And Jackson, welcome one more time.
Thank you, sir. And let's get into shout outs. My shout out this week goes to JMV, Jacob Vandervelde from Hawaii. He's been cruising Southern California this past week. We've had him at the Custom X factory working on a few things, and it's always good to catch up with him. So Jacob, stoked to see you. Safe travels back home.
Did you chat with him? What's he got going on?
Yeah, just taking care of business at the Custom X factory, going over a handful of things with Kim and Pete, and scattered conversations between the two of us. Always stoked to see him.
Right on. Well, I know he's a legit photographer. He's been hanging out in the shore break with Clark Little at one of those infamous shore breaks in Hawaii on the North Shore, Keiki Beach, which is it was our home away from home for a while there.
I tell you what, his camera setup and his drone that he has, he's got some legit gear going on.
Right on. Well, he knows how to use it too. So Jacob, I wish I could have seen you, but I'm sure you're having a great time here in SoCal. Shout outs for me. It goes out to Mumbles, and he's down in South Africa right now. I reached out to him just to say hi, what's up? Something happened on Instagram where I saw his feed, or something went on and it made me want to go reach out to him. But yeah, he's going to focus on family. He's going to, just be present where he is right now in South Africa, and enjoy family life and work too. I mean, he's a pretty badass construction cabinetry maker. Well, actually, his company, they go into these malls, and let's say, gosh, what's one of his Under Armour, I think, is one of his clients. Under Armour will buy one of these places in a mall. His team rolls in and they put up all the displays. They build everything to spec. And he showed me some schematics and blueprints, and what he's doing is pretty dope. So anybody in San Diego or anywhere in the world, you guys want to hire somebody legit and fly them out there and get stuff done, Mumbles will make your shop look incredible. So Mumbles, thank you. The reason why he's my shout out is at the end of the conversation, it was, Manny, you come to South Africa, you got a home. So just the bodyboarding community and how everybody just welcomes everybody with open arms is incredible. So Mumbles, thank you one more time for the invite, and same goes to you here in San Diego.
Yes, definitely. You got to love the sense of community and almost, I don't want to say open door policy, but there's always those invites that are greatly appreciated.
100%. And that goes out to Bug Life patrons watching right now. If you guys go anywhere in the world traveling, or if you guys are running through San Diego, Jackson and I can get you guys any recommendations. If we're available, we'll come hang out. But whatever, our community here on Bug Life is tight too. So just give us a shout out if you're going somewhere. I may have a friend there that can bring you in under his wing to show you around. Jackson has the same thing at all the places he's been. So the community is very tight knit here at Book Life. So take advantage of it.
And you know what, Manny? Perfect leeway into our bodyboard news, talking about the bodyboarding community. Lots going on this weekend. First and foremost, in New Jersey, the New Jersey Bodyboarding Club Halloween Bodyboarding Beach Bash is scheduled to go down. Forecast isn't looking great, but I'm sure they'll figure something out. It should be a good time no matter what. So I hope those guys have a ton of fun. And then here on the West Coast, Southern California, Saturday morning, 7:30 a.m. at Tyson Street Park. 6-time bodyboarding world champion Guillermo Tamega will be there for a San Diego bodyboarding meet and greet. We're all looking forward to paddling out with the world champ and trading a couple of waves with them. Fortunately, Manny and I have had that opportunity in the past, and always fun to cruise with GT, and definitely, fun to watch him out in the water, whether the waves are big or small. There's a reason why he is a 6-time world champion. Also on Saturday.
Hold on. Let me, I want to add a little bit more on that.
Go for it.
Guillermo Tamega, one of my favorite humans on the planet, super humble. I mean, if you were to see what we've seen when he walks the streets in Rio de Janeiro, Copacabana, he's like a super beyond celebrity. Back in the day, he would just get hounded by autographs and billboards and murals all over Rio. And to be that humble and be like, one of us is pretty cool. So if you have the opportunity to go check him out and meet him and talk to him and also, jump in the water with him this Saturday, by all means, do whatever you have to do to go say hi. I mean, this guy's incredible.
Side note, I've actually done that, walking the streets of Copacabana with my ex-wife. We're cruising Avenida Nossa Senora. Who do I run into? Guillermo Tamega.
Yeah.
Which was kind of funny because people do stop him and ask for autographs and photos. At the same time, my wife turned and looked at me and she's like, you can't go anywhere in the world without running into somebody you know. Can you?
Yeah.
So anyway, I digress on that. Also on Saturday, also in Oceanside, the Boogie Moms meetup will be at Oceanside Harbor. So I'll be cruising Oceanside all Saturday long, first at Tyson Street Park and then up at Oceanside Harbor. And we were talking about it earlier. It actually made me kind of hungry. I might have to stop at Angelo's in Oceanside for one of their world famous breakfast burritos with sausage links inside. The thing is the length of my forearm and the size of a brick. $10. Best deal on burritos that I've found in San Diego.
Angelo's is it's a fast food joint that's I only seen them in North County, but there's like a few of them. If you are hungry after a long session, the portions are ginormous. So definitely put it on your to-do list.
Yeah, whether you're getting an order of onion rings, which are phenomenal, or ordering one of their burgers, or the breakfast. I mean, their breakfast plates are huge. You'll eat one of these and be in a food coma for the rest of the morning. But the food is amazing there, and you definitely get bang for your buck. So I'm thinking I might have to add that to the itinerary after GT and Boogie Moms.
For sure.
So, and then continuing on Sunday from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock at the California Surf Museum in Oceanside, they will be honoring Tom Moray. GT will be amongst the guests there. Also, former pro bodyboarder and pro surfer Mike Lambrisi will be there. Industry legend Patty Serrano. And I'm pretty sure this is going to turn into a 2 hours worth of who's who from the bodyboarding world. I'm looking forward to being there.
Yeah, another thing, definitely try to make that. And that's Sunday 2 to 4.
Sunday 2 to 4 at the California Surf Museum in Oceanside.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of cool things are happening here in San Diego. And if you guys are in San Diego or LA or Orange County, try to make an effort to be a part of it, because we're really lucky to be in this part of the world where we can have world champions come in, have a, a dedication and ceremony for Tom Mori with the likes of, Mike Lambrisi and Patty Serrano, both who've been around in the bodyboarding world and community for forever, from day one.
And I tell you what, Manny, just to, continue that thought, I love where I'm from in New Jersey and the bodyboarding scene and everything that's going on there right now. But there's a reason why I moved out to Southern California, and I don't take any of it for granted. Every time there's an opportunity to go bodyboarding or meet up with other bodyboarders or attend special events like these, it always puts a smile on my face. I go from 48 to that 13-year-old Grom inside my head, jumping up and down, screaming, "No effing way."
I mean, we have it right here in our backyard, so make it happen. Matt Brawl, Jordan, and Jeremy, we see you guys chiming in the chat here at in the YouTube channel. So thanks for watching live. And Pipeline patrons, I know a couple of you guys are Pipeline patrons. Just really quick, Jackson, we are going to be interviewing David Hubbard and get an update on how he's feeling and what it's like to being the DK World Champion once again. And that's going to be happening at 6 p.m. shortly after Pitted with Action in Manny V. So if you're a Pipeline patron, you have been sent the link and the passcode to be a part of the Zoom interview.
All right. So I think wrapping up the news, we just want to remind everybody that Thursday is the start of the competition window for the season finale at Fronton. Men's world title on the line, junior men's title on the line. And, for me personally, every Fronton event is can't miss TV for the sport of bodyboarding. It's just, even when it's smaller conditions there, that wave, I've never ridden it personally, but personal accounts I've gotten from people that have ridden it, that wave is scary as hell, dangerous. You have to be extremely careful. One miscue can send you to the hospital.
Yeah, it is no joke. And to see these guys doing what they're doing out there is just mind-boggling. I can't believe that what they're doing out there. It's literally coming from like a 60 to 80 foot deep floor to 5 to 10 feet table shelf, and it's just unloading. Granted, it's perfect, and you got opportunities to get 2 barrels on the right and 1 slabby mutant thing on the left. But to be able to go there and compete in that thing is next level, and it's going to be very exciting. I'm going to be watching, definitely.
Just like with any really good world-class wave, Fronton is right up there for me with Pipeline and Chopes. And there's something you have to keep in mind. If you want to get those perfect waves, those big perfect barrels, eventually you're going to have to pay to play.
Yeah, and I've seen a couple of the riders hit the reef and get worked, and going in and out of that the keyhole on a high tide with waves, it's almost impossible, and they got to paddle over a quarter mile away, probably a half mile away, just to get out of the water at this little fishing town.
For some reason, even though they're 2 completely different types of waves, when we start talking about Fronton and heavy waves, it makes me think of spots like Cyclops and even Flopos and Arica. I mean, that wave, that rock bottom shelf, it has seriously injured and killed people in the past. And Fronton, thank God we have not seen any fatalities there during competition. But the way guys push the bar each and every year at that spot, I'm amazed that there's not a fatality rate.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully it doesn't happen in our lifetime or any lifetime. But yeah, I think you're going to see a few more riders at Fronton wearing helmets out there just to be on the safe side.
Speaking of which, again, another little aside, but with the proliferation of heavier waves on the world tour, I've actually noticed a lot of next generation riders, younger riders, and even some old school riders reverting back to wearing surf helmets out in the water. The use of gas helmets and other brands out there has come into prominence again.
Yeah, if you guys are watching in the YouTube channel in the chat, how do you guys feel about the helmets? Should it be mandatory or still optional? And of course, there's going to be a point when there's going to be an event at places like Frontone where it's going to be mandatory.
You know, I would be all for it. After several years back, seeing Diego Cabrera suffer a massive head injury at Flopos, and having to stay in northern Chile until he got doctor's clearance to be able to get on an airplane just to go home. You know, that was a really scary moment. And it's not like Diego is some chump just, you know, giving it a go. We're talking about a world-class, super talented bodyboarder. And that really changed the game for him, that injury.
Yeah, and gosh, here's another side story, and it's something that most of us don't know about, but it really affected him on the personal level too, as far as being able to control these outbursts of rage. Like his head injury triggered something where it was sad to see, but little things would trigger him, and he would just go into these rants and these I shouldn't be talking about this, but it's something that's real and is one of those side effects of, just freaking getting your head slammed into the reef bottom. So mandatory, I can see it be happening in waves like Fronton and Flopos in Arica. But yeah, I'm gonna throw my vote in, like making it mandatory in these kind of waves.
All right, now we've talked about Fronton enough. Let's get into the video of the week.
Oh yeah.
Here's the promotional trailer, if you will, for the Fronton King in Gran Canaria.
All right. Let us know if you can hear the audio. We're gonna play you now.
As you can see, starting on Thursday, the 12th, and running through the 27th, the world's best are going to battle it out. And when all is said and done, someone is going to walk away as world champion, not only in the men's, but also the junior men's. We actually have a poll up. Who do you think is going to win the men's world title? Pierre-Louis Costas or Tanner McDaniel?
Yeah, I'd love to know what you guys think, who will take it. And yeah, it's going to be a pretty fun event to watch. And like always, nobody's going to hold back. All right. So Jeremy says there's no audio. I'll put the link in the chat box so you guys can check it out. But the audio and the video itself is pretty incredible. But yeah, I mean, just the visuals is enough to like get super amped. It's going to be insane. Like I can't wait to see, how it unfolds. So
Now,
Tanner or PLC, that's the question.
for me, you guys all know I've been talking about it all year. I said it before the season even started. I think this year is Tanner's year. And, I got nothing but love and respect for Pierre. I've been fortunate to travel and cruise world tour events with them for years on end. Yeah, heck, I met him when he was 17 and cruising the United States for the New York Bodyboard Pro. And, nothing but love for Pierre, but same thing with Tanner. We've been watching him ride since he was 12 years old. And I just have felt it in my bones. This is Tanner's year. And, it doesn't hurt that he has made every men's final this season. He just hasn't been able to get over the hump past the second place finish in those events. I think not only is he going to, buck the trend and win Fronton, but he's going to do it on his way to claiming his first world title.
And that is the reason why I'm going to be watching this thing from day one. Of course, coming down to the wire, all eyes are going to be on every heat. But what do you think about this, Jackson? It just came to my mind. Why don't we, if there's a way we can do a Zoom conference call during the final, and we have all of our Bug Life patrons come in and video, and we'll have like we'll just commentate.
That would be rad.
Yeah, not necessarily commentate, but give our own commentary and our own comments and talk about, like, if we're watching it live, and maybe we can put up the big screen here, watch it live, invite you guys in San Diego to come here to the Book Live studio. And
Kind of like a live Zoom Super Bowl party.
perfect. But I think they're like 8 hours or so
That
away.
I was gonna say, that's the one thing, the time difference.
Yeah.
I remember being up at ungodly hours of the morning for the first Fronton event, the 2010 Red Bull Wild Wild Wave.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like, you want to talk about having to go hit 7-Eleven or head downstairs and brew a pot of coffee to peel my eyelids open just so I could watch. Yeah, a big time difference, but you know what? Given the location and the scenario, it might be well worth staying up for.
Yeah. When it gets once it gets closer to an idea of when the final will go out, we'll throw it out there and see if you guys are willing to wake up at 2 a.m. to be a part of the Zoom call.
And real quick, I have to mention once again, I have been thoroughly impressed with what the IBC World Tour has put together this year. The venues, the competition, crowning a women's masters champion, having the junior women's division and the junior men's, everything across the board has exceeded my expectation this season. I've said it on multiple occasions. The IBC World Tour has been must-watch TV for me.
Yeah, I mean, they've done a great job. And yeah, the venues themselves have been, like Mother Nature's been stepping up. And yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we have long-running venues, obviously, like Arica and Fronton, that are always a spectacle. Adding the Maldives to the tour schedule last year and running it again this year, brilliant. Yeah, you get my applause on that one. And at some place I've never been, and ever since watching the competition last year and then watching again this year, I am drooling for the opportunity to go ride those waves.
Yeah, I mean, that place looks amazing. And to the IBC, yeah, Bego, each event she's getting better and better. So yeah, congratulations for stepping up. I mean, it's a very, very difficult job to do, and to see her commentating and just getting better and better is pretty awesome to see. And I think I'm not sure who her co-host will be, but I'm sure the event will be insane in Fronton.
Definitely. So with all of that said and done, we're actually at our weekly motivation. This week, I've got 3 words from survivalist Bear Grylls. It applies to bodyboarding. It applies to life in general. Just keep trying.
Oh, I love it.
With that said and done, we'll see you next week for episode 265.